From San Antonio, Texas to Taipei, Taiwan, Atlanta City, Georgia, SoCal, and everywhere in between. This is USAirsoft at SHOT Show 2020 from the Sands Expo Convention Center in Las Vegas.
Welcome to SHOT Show 2020, everybody, and we're here at the PTS Syndicate booth with one of our favorite new products. This is the long-awaited, much-anticipated M-Tech Flux helmet, and yes, it is a 1-to-1 scale replica of the actual M-Tech Flux. Let's start with the inside, though, and keep this thing super interesting here. Dual density memory foam inside of here, and if you want to size the helmet, you're going to have to remove the first layer if you have a big noggin like mine, or if you have a smaller head, just leave this first layer on inside and kind of play with them. These are all removable as well if you want to use your own favorite helmet pads in there. We are using the exact same style harness that M-Tech is using here, so basically a chin strap here. Moving on to the outside, first and foremost, if you actually touch and feel the quality of the outside of the helmet, it has a little bit of a raised kind of texture to it, much like most ballistic helmets do on the market, making it kind of much more realistic for us, but there is a nice density to it as well. Moving over to the side of the helmet, all M-LOK rails, and why that's really cool is you can run all your M-LOK accessories like this kinetic here. If you want to put a Surefire light on there, you're more than welcome to. It will support all items like Peltors, Comtex, and much, much more. Spinning around to the front, we have a fully aluminum shroud in here, and that's getting more and more important these days where it seems like everybody on the airsoft field now is running a nod, so there won't be any real need to change this guy out, although if you wanted to, feel free to go right ahead. We have typical 3-hole shroud holes drilled into the unit, and you can go ahead and switch this out for a mount of your choice, a shroud of your choice. All right, moving on, here we go. We teased this a while back, but we now have the very first ever prototype of the Meyers MAWL laser, and this is going to be both Viz and IR, and it will be completely modular, just like the real Meyers laser. Not only that, it will be relatively high power, much like a GMPD ball is, and also like a GMPD ball, one of the only really good lasers on the market. It'll be fully adjustable and zeroable, which is probably one of the more frustrating things that you find out there. When you get a laser out and you can't zero it perfectly, this has to be zeroed perfectly, especially if you're running it under night vision. You really depend on the laser. So the Meyers MAWL, this we don't have a release date on, but this is the very first prototype. Meyers is very happy with it, so look for this in the very near future. All right, guys, this is the big dog. This is the one we've been teasing for a year now. This is the EPM1. Let's give you the actual round count on this guy. It's 252 round Midcap magazine. That's right, Midcap. There's no wheel to spin on the bottom of this bad boy right here. Nothing of the sort. And what's really cool about this magazine that I like more than the 252 round count is the fuel gauge on the side here, which actually functions and works. So when it's full, this little orange ball will be up here, and as you start to use your rounds, it drops until it's empty. And yes, this magazine will feed until it's completely empty. Also new on this magazine this year is the texturing on here. We have rough texture all along the sides here. A little grip point here, so when you're indexing coming out of your plate carrier, you have a great place to grab here and here. It just feels like it can't slip out of your hands at all. It's a really high quality mag. It will run 2.8s at 50 rounds per second for sure. I would dare say it would run even faster at faster speeds. I know it will run up to 4.5s in here in terms of BB weight, and it's ultra durable. We had one of our guys at Umbrella testing this for us, and he kind of took the magazine and just yeeted it into a dumpster, okay? And the thing actually just took a beating, and he purposely cracked it, and it still wound up working. We've had mags that have over 100,000 rounds through them, actually over 170,000 rounds through them, and are still going super strong. When they pulled the internals out of them, it was as if the magazine was never even used. So in terms of maintenance, it's also very easy to maintain as well. So the EPM1 is finally out, and we'll be shipping in February this year.
Oh! Oh my God!